Shalom Makiyam. First and foremost, we would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where we learned this 144% truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, starting with the 144,000 men of Israel, which consists of the servants, the prophets, who will be ordained in these latter days to sing this new song, which comes in the form of this gospel, which will be preached throughout all four corners of this earth and rest upon the ears of the innumerable multitude, men, women, and children of Israel, which may be scattered throughout all four corners of this earth. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom, Makiyan. Hey, we back again through the spirit and power of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, to prophesy the downfall of this wicked queendom, Mystery Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon, aka America, with a midweek lesson. You know, we keep it under 60 minutes, and we're gonna just bring it out hot and heavy, man. You know, and through the spirit of the Lord, hey, the spirit's on us to get on Eve, man. You woman of the tribes. We didn't forget about you. We always getting on the wicked 2/3, glittering belt, man purse wearing,
right.
Skinny jean wearing nigga.
Right.
But nah, Eve, we didn't forget about you.
Right.
All right, that covenant you made with Esau in the form of the serpent, right? That malicious nation, right? That was in the garden, and we didn't forget about you. You're the core reason. You're the reason. You're the beginning of our downfall. You're the beginning of our plight.
Right.
Okay, that we had to face as a nation, man.
Right.
Okay, and you haven't been forgotten. And here it is now. You're in a position, all right, where women's liberations is failing you, man. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is failing you. And now all you independent, I don't need a man. I'm an independent woman, right? I don't need no man. Now look at you now.
Right.
Hey, you work in a corporate office, you got 2 cats, and a big ass apartment with nobody in there to keep you warming.
Right, right. and ultimately, if I may say,
yeah, you got him
a lot of you Eves ain't even working. You guys sold this out for some food stamps in the beginning, for some Section 8 housing. You sold this out for child support.
Right.
You know, so you can kick your fucking ugly fat ass right back in your house, watching Maury or Jerry Springer, sending your kids off to school while your little side toy comes through, right? To break your back, and your man and your ex-man, right? Your baby father is struggling to pay your fucking bills while he's out in the streets, right? Because you sold them out to the white man, which gave you the authority and the tools to sow discord among all these families, right? And who's the biggest victim? Jake, right? But you didn't take account of that, and now in the latter end, you're gonna feel it, man.
That's it.
You're gonna feel it because Evil E is falling, and you're gonna fall with him. Right. Once this economy collapses, there goes your weaves, your nail salons, right? Kicking back, not paying the bills, having the men pay the bills. It's gonna be a time where the court's gonna close, and you're not gonna receive that check. And guess what? That independency, which wasn't independent, is gonna be out the window. You see what I'm saying? Ain't gonna be no more Daddy Esau taking care of you through his matriarch.
Right, and that's the beautiful thing about it. As Esau declines, Eve is declining right along with him. We mentioned Genesis, the garden. Yo, let's start with that. Let's get Genesis, the 3rd chapter. Lord willing, we got a clip too.
Right.
From the beloved elder Hawaii. He posted it up last night, going into Eve. You know, and through the spirit, this is what kind of triggered that video that the beloved elder put up, man. You know, because Eve, you're guilty, man. You're guilty, and you're gonna be held accountable for what you've done. You see? You got it? Stop from verse 1, please, Babak.
Genesis chapter 3, verse 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field,
right,
which Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI power had made.
Hold that. The serpent was more subtle than every beast of the field. Now we know the field is likened unto the world. You see? Now this is in the Garden of East of Eden, right? Well, the Garden of Eden, all right, where this serpent, okay, is likened unto a nation, okay, a malicious people. You see, was just seed. Okay, the same spirit was in Cain,
right?
The first murderer documented,
right?
Okay, and he got hit with the mark, right, back in Genesis 4, and here it is. Esau came out with that mark, which is the mark of leprosy.
That's right.
You see, and they have that same subtle spirit on it.
That's right.
They move real cunningly. You want to get that word subtle real quick, Babak? Esau got the same spirit in him, man.
so delicate or precise as to be difficult to analyze or describe. Right? Complex and understated.
But
It says-
can we get it in the blue? You got it in the blue letter?
It says low key, indistinct, soft, vague, lurid, understated, faint. You know, so just you could barely see the movement.
Right.
You know, it's like, oh, he could his breathing was faint.
Right.
You know, the man's almost dead. You can't see his chest move. That's how Esau moved, man.
Right.
Very subtle.
Right, and why you can't see it is because he masks it with deception. That's why you can't see the malicious acts that he really comes with. He masks it with deception, okay,
Right.
which is one of his gifts, to be able to deceive through witchcraft. What you got, brother?
Oh, I got it in the blue letter.
Babak Washah.
Oh, Strong's H6175. Cunning, crafty, prudent, subtle.
The water. You see? So through his craftiness, right? Through his craftiness, okay, he causes what? He causes Drake to go off. He causes Drake to air, okay?
Right.
And he's real crafty. This man's taking the Bible and creating a 501c3 tax charter doctrine out of it, all right, where he's deceived the world. Esau's deceived the world, man, with the Roman Catholic Church. You see? This is that same serpent that was in the garden that got manifested into a fire-breathing dragon that you can read about in Revelation. But Bakusha, can you continue in that Genesis?
Can I add a precept if
You got it, Malak.
Revelation chapter 20 and verse 2. And he,
Malakia, what is that?
Revelation chapter 20 verse 2.
Okay.
And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years.
Right. And that's Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, all right, being casted into captivity for that 1,000 years during the time of the Byzantine Empire. But this man was in Europe, all right, under bonds through, we always going through it, wearing his undergarments until they disintegrate, right, off his body. His old lady picking gnats off of, fleas off her coochie,
and shit,
you know, completely tripping. You know, but hey, this man is a damn demon, man. Esau is a damn demon.
And notice how it says, Salakia, that dragon, that old serpent.
Right.
See, that's that old serpent. It's talking about that serpent in the garden,
That's
man.
it. That's exactly right. He done manifested.
And who's that beast they're talking about? They're talking about the so-called white man.
Right.
That's in rulership right now.
Right, in the form of this revived Roman Empire.
Right.
That's exactly right.
Right. You see, he's so cunning that little by little he morphed into that great dragon, that great power that became the power of the earth, man.
Right.
That red dragon that took peace from the earth with his sword. See what I'm saying?
That's it.
You people have a lack of understanding of who you're dealing with. That's why you women also fell by the wayside,
Right.
man. That's why you women have made a covenant with death. Understand that.
That's right.
See, and you destroyed your own nation from within, man. You guys are the biggest turncoats in our nation, man.
Right.
Over a few dollars, right? And the freedom to go get all the rod you want.
That's it. And here it is now, that 7-head, 10-horn beast, right? It's about to fall, man. See, the EU, the European Union, all right, and the rest of these Edomites, NATO, and they're about to fall.
Right.
Now, and like the brother said, Eve, you're gonna fall right along with them. You're gonna fall right along with them. You and Esau's union is about to be disannulled.
Right.
You have any more in that Revelation 20? Or that was the point?
That was the point. Connects Esau with the serpent. That was the
Okay.
point.
Yeah, go back.
That covenant was right there. Right there is like they tell you when you're about to get married, man. That was, so death do you apart. You both gonna die.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
Go ahead, brother.
Genesis 3 and 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which YAHAWASHI Yahawashi power had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath YAHAWASHI Yahawashi said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden?
Right. Continue on. We're going to get into that.
And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, Yahweh BAHASHAM Yahushai has said, you shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die.
Right. And this is where you wacky, tacky, bugged out Christians go horribly wrong. Alright? Because contrary to popular belief, alright, trees are likened unto people in the Bible. And that fruit, even eat an apple, alright, the cause of the parent Adam to go out. No. That goes into the philosophies of the heathen. But Bakwasha, to prove that the trees are speaking of the people, I'm gonna grab it. I got you.
And here it is. They also thought that they were talking to an actual snake. You know, like an actual snake just came up to them, like, just speaking. Yeah, like, come on, man. You people are worse. Christianity is worse than the book of Narnia, bro. All that damn fantasy and bullshit.
It's Greek mythology is what it is.
Right. Yeah.
Christianity is Greek mythology.
Yeah, book of Narnia, bro.
You know? Real quick, the book of St. Mark, chapter 8 and verse 24, proving that these trees spoken of in Genesis or anywhere else in the Bible for the most part. All right, sometimes it's literally talking about a tree, but
it's a dark saying.
It's a dark saying,
right?
Which you got to have the Holy Spirit on you to be able to comprehend it.
That's why the scripture says that the mysteries of the kingdom were given to you and not to them.
That's it. The book of St. Mark, chapter 8 and verse 24, and it reads, and he looked up and said, I see men as trees walking. And this is upon Yahawashi gaining a blind man his sight back. I believe he spit on his hands and touched his eyes. And the man got his sight back, and that's what the man said. He said he sees men as trees walking. See? So you got to put the puzzle pieces together, man, to be able to understand these dark sayings. All right? Those trees in the garden were the heathen nations, those beasts, right? All right? And their fruit, their philosophies, okay, was on display.
Right.
Okay? And the Lord gave straight commandment to Adam and Eve not to deal with it, not to deal with them. Right. The covenant was oral at the time.
Right. Right.
You see? And we can prove that too. But Bakusha, what you got?
Isaiah
Yep.
chapter 28
Yep.
and verse 13. But the word of Yahweh BAHASHAM Yahushai was unto them, precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little, that they may go and fall backward and be broken and snared and taken.
Right.
See, and that's the problem with Christianity. They'll read one verse and say, see, there it is. All right? But they don't understand this is like unto an investigation. You got to put the puzzles, the pieces of the puzzles together. Right? That's why their go-to is John 3:16, not understanding what the root word of world is, right? And then that there's precepts to have an understanding of what John 3:16 means. You know what I mean?
That's right.
You know, they're going to a Jew is not outwardly, is inwardly. They're not understanding the circumcision and all that and who it pertains to and who the Lord was talking to, man.
That's it.
They lack understanding, man, and that's why they're all gonna get destroyed if they don't come up out of that mindset, man.
That's right.
That same philosophy that snake was feeding Eve, man, on that day.
Right. Now, real quick, I want to get this real quick. All right, just to bring the point to the light regarding the commandments being oral at the time. And that's what they transgressed in the garden. Right? The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 3. And I'm going to start at verse 4. And I'm going to jump down. O Lord, who bearest rule, thou spakest at the beginning when thou didst plant the earth, and that thyself alone, and commandest the people, and gave us a body unto Adam without soul, which was the workmanship of thy hands, without soul meaning without the Holy Spirit. Right? Because Adam was alive moving around, he just didn't have the Holy Spirit in him yet. Right? The Lord breathed into him, as we're going to read it here. And did it breathe into him the breath of life, and he was made living before thee. I'm going to jump down to verse 7. And unto him thou gavest commandment to love thy way, which he transgressed. And immediately thou appointest death in him, and in his generations, of whom came nations, tribes, people, and kindreds out of number. So the commandments were oral in the beginning.
And think about it, it said transgression, in which became death.
Right.
So
I want to make a point. You got it.
Go ahead.
No, you're not taking
because the wage of the sin is death.
That's
right?
it.
And when you transgress a commandment or a law from the Lord, that's sin.
That's correct.
You know, so that's where it says do not give birth to that thought of sin, you know, because why? Then it becomes, you know, death, man.
That's it. Right? Everything starts with a thought.
Right.
Right. Passing Middlesex County.
Right.
It all started with a thought.
That's it. Yeah, right. You're right.
You got it.
Right,
But the covenants, the point I want to establish to back that up as well, is that the law, statutes, and commandments, the Lord stood on order from the beginning of time. There was never a time where the Lord didn't establish an order in the form of His commandments.
Right.
And He orally gave it to Adam and Eve, and they transgressed that in the garden.
If I may say,
Now you got it. We're
the
gonna
Lord,
go back to that, bro.
all the Lord does deal is with laws. He even gave there's laws even in the physical world where He put boundaries on the water. You know what I mean? And the trees are in order, you know, according to what He commands us to do.
Right.
You know, everything has a command.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
That's why everything is in order, but guess what got it out of order? Esau, man, that serpent.
Right. The Lord commands the bounds of the sea.
God.
You know, by a perpetual decree that they cannot pass. You know what I mean?
And the decree is a law.
Right. That's to back you up.
Right, man.
You got it, which we broke in the garden in the form of Adam and Eve, and here we are today.
That's right.
And efforts to fulfill biblical prophecy, we've been placed under the feet of the heathen. Go ahead, brother.
Genesis 3 and verse 3. But of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, Yahweh BAHASHAM Yahawashi said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die.
Thou shalt not surely die. Real smooth and cunning. Now watch him mix it with some truth. Go ahead. He's gonna mix it with some truth. Right here. This is that craftiness, that deception. Go ahead.
For Yahweh BAHASHAM Yahawashi doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil.
Which was true. Continue on.
And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof, and did eat, and gave also to her husband with her, and he did eat.
And here we are today.
Destroyed over these philosophies and the bullshit you push, man.
Look how the woman fed Adam the philosophies, man.
Right, man.
It's you women that are gonna lead whole households. You women of the tribe are gonna lead your whole household into FEMA camps.
Right, destruction.
Okay? Hey, when you go to what's that, First Peter, the 3rd chapter? When you go to First Peter, the 3rd chapter, right, what's it say? Let me get this real quick. Because that's the precept for that.
See, and the crazy thing about it is, look at the philosophies they try to feed the men today. You got to put us on a pedestal.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got to treat us like queens, right? You guys ain't doing good enough for us. And every time, you ever notice, every time a woman gets caught cheating, the first thing they say is, what do you want me to say? You wasn't giving me enough time.
Right.
But the man's working 2 jobs to keep up with all the bills.
Grinding his ass off, man. Right. You think you women appreciate it? No. They don't appreciate it. Well, you women don't give a damn. Let me see here. Bear with me. I got it right here. The book of 1 Timothy, I thought it was 1 Peter, the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 2, and verse 13, the back of what we were just reading. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. Matter of fact, we're going to hold that right there. Go to Genesis, the 2nd chapter of BAHASHAM. As a matter of fact, you want to show that video real quick? Yeah, let's show that video, then we're going to jump right there. We're going to go to Genesis, the 2nd chapter real quick. Now, hold that, brother.
You mind if
show this clip real quick.
You mind if I bring out a precept?
You got it before you bring the video up.
Just to back up what you were saying earlier real quick.
What we got in that precept I just brought up?
No, what we were saying before. So I just had it. Genesis 39:8. That Yahweh BAHASHAM Yahawashi deals with order. This is Joseph, but he refused and said unto his master's wife, Behold, my master wotteth not what is with me in the house, and he hath committed all that he hath to my hand. There is none greater in this house than I, neither hath he kept back anything from me but thee, because thou art his wife. How then can I do this great wickedness and sin against Yahweh BAHASHAM Yahawashi?
You can speak on that, brother.
And that was Joseph. And so what was it? Pharaoh's, or I believe it was Pharaoh. He was in. His wife wanted to sleep with him.
Right.
And Joseph said, I would not sin against my power. My power, Yahweh BAHASHAM Yahawashi. So the Lord dealt with order even with Joseph.
Of course, Joseph, and that's way after Adam and Eve. You know what I mean? That's actually, when you go to Joseph, that's after, what you call it? What scripture was that?
Genesis 39.
Oh, Genesis 39. Yeah, that's whatever. I'm sorry, I kind of drifted. Yeah, that's well after Adam and Eve.
And
You see what I'm saying? So,
and you see how wicked these women are? Here it is. She wants to sleep with him. He ran out, right, to obey the Lord, and she accused him of trying to rape her. You know what I mean? These women are wicked, man.
right, yeah, that was another account. Because this account right here is going into Joseph's wife, right? That the Pharaoh wanted to sleep with his wife, but I believe Joseph was
No. The Pharaoh's wife wanted to sleep with
the
Joseph.
Pharaoh's wife.
And
When
she grabbed him by the garment.
Yeah. It's Salakia. Yeah, the Pharaoh's wife. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Going to show you how righteous these women are.
Yeah,
Salakia.
and took no accountability for it. She blamed his ass. But he could have been put to death if it wasn't for the Lord's mercy.
Right.
For his obedience.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's right. Time.
So
Bringing it. Yeah, Khan, you got it, Malak.
make sure it's all the way up.
This life thing is just not for me. It is not for me. That's what I'm realizing. Bills are a no. Work is a no. I don't want to do nothing but shake my booty. That's it.
Oh my gosh, I am so tired of having to be a man. If you have a good man and he does those things for you, appreciate them. Tell him you appreciate them. Because you could be like me and have to do it all. It sucks.
Don't lose a good person in life just because they can't give you what you want now. Be patient. Life changes.
I got it. I'm a strong, independent woman. I don't need you to pay for my meal.
Thank you.
Why is there so many numbers?
That's the total, without tip.
I thought it was 4 numbers. You know what? I'm feeling super traditional today.
Are you?
Yeah.
All right.
You can take it.
Thank you. I'm so honored.
Well, that's a lot.
You can be strong tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
When the numbers are low.
I came home and I just screamed my lungs out because the more processes I put in place, the more things I explain to people, the more training I do, the less it works. The more shit I do, the less it works. At work, in corporate, in my personal life too. And I don't understand what am I supposed to do differently now? What is it? What am I missing? I'm eating healthy, I'm drinking water, I'm taking vitamins for God's sake, I'm staying sober, which a glass of wine right now probably would have been a good idea. For what? To keep being miserable, coming home at 6:30 and waking up at 5 a.m. every day for not seeing my cat. She's most of the time mad at me because I'm not home, not having any friends, not having a boyfriend. What is all of this for? For them to tell me, oh, work with me? I am working with you. I will be working with you. Because what? Because I have A, no choice, and B, I love what I do. But I would really appreciate if people cooperated. And I was this close from becoming this atomic bomb that just burns everything around me. for like miles and miles and miles. I need one thing to go right for me. One. I need for all of this effort to be reflected somewhere, and it's not, and it's driving me nuts. And I know life comes from you and not at you. But I'm very much about to come at life. Because what the actual... Can something go my way? Can I not have these questions where you're not posting happy content on TikTok? Because I'm not happy. I'm not happy. I'm just really tired and burnt out. And this is how burnt out and corporate and being single, living alone, and doing everything on your own looks like. Being an independent woman does not always pay off the way that you want it to.
You have it. Hey. And what you're witnessing is the women of the tribes specifically, because the women of the tribes, hey, you're going to catch it. All you women are going to suffer, because all you women are benefiting, okay, from the system that Esau, even the so-called white man, set up in the form of this metropolis, in the form of America, right? And now here it is. Now you're on a decline now. Right. This is what a decline looks like. Right, right. That's what a decline looks like. Hey, she ain't happy, man. Hey, you heard it from the horse's mouth. She said, hey, being independent ain't beneficial.
Hey, man, I make a point real quick, right? This is Esau speaking. Imagine you Jake women that don't have these type of jobs that they got, or that privilege, that white privilege that they have in America. Right. These are Edomite women complaining. Right. Imagine what you, Jake, are going to be looking like when Esau kick you out the car. Right. And you ain't welcomed in this ride no more.
Right. And N-Dub's catching it now. N-Dub's looking real bad. N-Dub, hey, the N-Dub? There was a video with the N-Dub crying. Right. Talking about how she wants to marry any man. She was talking about any man. I just need a man.
You know that most of them they're talking about, like in Atlanta and all those other big cities, that a lot of them are now living in storage units because they can't afford rent anymore, man.
And that's funny, because actually in the city where I'm at, I peeped that. That was actually happening, because I had something going on in the storage unit some time ago. Right. And I peeped that there was somebody living out of there. Right. You know? I'm like, yo, no way. Me and my dad peeped. I'm like, are you kidding me? But needless to say, yeah, the end of, yo, bro, she's the last option between her and any other woman of the nation, and then there's a gap between her and me. Right. You know what I mean? The end of, because the end of, you're the source behind what went down in the garden, man. You see? You're the source of the problem. You are the source of the problem. You see? And ultimately, judgment's coming to all you women, man. All right, and the women of the tribes, first and foremost, man. And you in a Jacob's trouble. Yeah, guess what? Yup, you already know. Jacob's trouble is gonna rest upon you. Micah 7 says you're gonna be trotting down like the mire in the street, man. Yo, what did that's the spirit?
But now I got something else.
What did we want as well? What was it? Genesis?
Genesis 2.
All right, no doubt. I almost forgot.
Yeah, no, I wanted to bring this out real quick because you know, these women are complaining, man, and guess what? That was all. The only thing that Salakia, that Esau used you was to destroy the family, man, the household, the foundation, which is the man. You know what I mean? He pampered you with all these programs, and then gave you the feminist philosophy with the matriarch. You know what I mean? He set you on a pedestal, but it was all an illusion. You know? So the book of Isaiah, chapter 32, verse 9, says, "Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women."
Papa, push up. Could you stop from verse 1 and then jump down verse 1 and 2?
God. There's the book of Isaiah, chapter 32, starting at the top. "Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment."
The king is YAHAWASHI, and the princes shall rule the 144.
Right.
Verse 2?
"And a man shall be as an hiding place for the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a rock in a weary land."
I just want to make this point through the spirit. A man's going to be a covering from the tempest, man. When all hell breaks loose, a man of the Lord, like it tells us in Isaiah 13, the Lord will make a man more precious than fine gold of Ophir. Hey, you women are going to need a man, preferably a man of the Lord. That's why when you jump down in that, you got that,
I
brother.
wanted to grab this real
You
quick
got him a
before we
lot.
keep
Yeah,
reading.
you got him a lot.
There's the
Absolutely.
book of
I just wanna
Isaiah,
make that
chapter
point.
4, verse 1.
Right.
And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man.
Yeah.
Saying,
And what day? You got it.
the days of troubles that are coming, man.
Come on, man.
That's right. Saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach.
You women are gonna stop bucking up when you see America turn into a third world country overnight.
Right.
When the economy goes belly up.
Right.
Then you're gonna listen. The reason why you women are out of control now is because it's a first world country.
Right.
You can tell your man go to hell and
Right.
kick him out the house.
Right.
You can call the cops and have him throwing out his own crib.
Right. Right.
You know? You ain't gonna be able to call 911 in a minute.
The number you have reached
Right.
is out of service.
That's gonna, hey.
You know? So, continuing on in the book of Isaiah, chapter 32, verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. See that vintage, man? All that shit that they have given you, man, all that shit is gonna fall. You're gonna fall with this society,
Get
man.
that word vintage, Babako Shashakal, and the blue letter for the brother?
Once this society collapse, man, you're gonna collapse
Isaiah
with the
32:10.
foundation, man. You're gonna collapse with the whole house.
Right. Your
You know?
vintage should fail, bro.
Right, man.
That's fact, bro. And we're seeing the beginning stages of that now.
And it
So
says,
this is what happens, Salaki, if I
Yeah,
may.
brother.
This is what happens when you come out of rank.
all right,
Because Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI is all about order.
right,
He tells us that in 1 Corinthians 14 and 40. When
right.
you come out of order, guess what? Things are out of control. There's disorder.
right,
And here it is, when a woman's out of line, out of order, that's how you can see the state of a nation. When a woman is out of order, that nation is either already at a decline or they're declining. When the woman's out of order.
that's right,
You know?
right.
It really does show the condition of a nation. That's why Jake, look at us, Jake is out of here.
And the
You know
thing
what I mean? 'Cause
is,
that woman are through.
and the crazy thing is that no other nation really fell into that feminist movement. It's all an illusion. They give you little sprinkles of a so-called white woman talking about independency. No, man, when you look at who the hell is talking about women on top of the world and this and that, it's the Judite woman and the house of Israel, man,
That's
woman.
it.
And especially you Ephraimite women too, man.
Right.
The Judite woman is on top of that. And then comes Ephraim following right behind.
That's it. And the rest of you women of the tribes.
Right.
And then the rest of you women in the heathen nations too. 'Cause
Right.
they following Jake.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it tells you in 1 Corinthians 11 that the head of a woman is the man.
Come.
So here it is. When you fall out of order, when you fall out of rank, this is what the brother just showed, that video right there, that's the fruit,
Right.
right, of you falling out of rank.
So it says,
Women's liberations.
right, that's what you get. Right. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare and gird sackcloth upon your loins, man. Go ahead, buddy.
And you're gonna be trembling too, because it tells us in 2 Ezra 15, when civil unrest happens, it tells us that men are gonna be afraid.
Right.
How much more you women, man?
Right.
You women are gonna be shitting bricks when civil unrest hits, man. You lying if you say you ain't gonna be, or you will be. You will be afraid. When them evils come, you will be afraid. You're gonna become a prey. A woman and a child are gonna become a prey, man. When this place flips. You see? And you're gonna wish you had a man in those days.
Right,
You're
right.
gonna wish you had a man. You're gonna regret every man you let down, you turned down, you let down. You're gonna wish you took one of them into your good graces.
That's right.
You got that word, brother?
Con.
Vintage?
Strong's H 1210. Bought as a yard. It means grape crop. Vintage.
Say it again. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
A grape crop.
Great what?
Grape crop.
What's it say in the lexicon?
It doesn't say anything in the lexicon.
You have a similar word? It's like an outline? That was the outline, right? biblical outline usage, I believe it is.
Yeah, yep, that's right.
You might want to look up that word. Let me see that.
It just said vintage. I got it in etymology online though.
Yeah, I think that's what we want. But what's this here? Oh, grape crop. Okay. Now, what's this? We'll go to the etymology. But what's this? What you got there?
Vintage, it says harvest of grapes, yield
There
of
we go.
wine from a vineyard.
Right. Harvest of grapes. Hey. Eve eating. You know? Eve eating off of Esau and his system. You see? They get all forms of support in the form of what? What is it? Food stamps. They get
Section 8.
Section 8. Yeah, they were
Housing.
Thank you, brother. Come on, help
Child
me out.
support.
Let's go.
Shit.
You see?
All types of shit, man.
All types of
Food
support.
stamp. So then they're like, I got food, I got a house, I got a roof over my head,
You know?
and this nigga gotta give me 30% of his check.
Right. They're living sweet.
Shit,
Them
man.
grapes.
Right. Fuck.
They're living sweet. You know?
So I want to get real quick,
Time.
Micah 7, start at 9. I will
Yep.
bear the indignation of the Lord because I have sinned against him until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me. Right? And that's why we're going to wait. We're not going to smack you bitches off the head, right up the side of your head, or execute judgment on you ourselves. We're going to wait until the Lord.
Right.
All right? Because while we deserve the position that we're in, right? Because we have to bear, this chastisement for what we have done against the Heavenly Father. But now we're going to wait on him, right? Because we're turning back and the Lord is going to plead, right, for us, right?
That's it.
He said, he will bring me forth to the light and I shall behold his righteousness. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it. And what is she seeing? The men of the Lord turning back to the Lord, man. Right? The sheep that has heard his voice are following that light, man. You see? And she's going to witness it soon because the Lord is going to put you down like the rabid dog you've been, man. All right? And it says, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy power? Okay, you guys thought it was a game all the time, right? Because execution, Salakia, judgment wasn't executed speedily, man. You see? So you thought you were good. What did it say? She eat at every table and wipe at the mouth as if she has done nothing. That's how you women think.
Right, she opened up a quiver to every arrow.
For every arrow. But yeah, man, she go around whoring around, and here it is. It's all your fault. Yeah. You wasn't good enough. You wasn't making enough money. You didn't spend enough time with her. All narcissistic excuses, right? But it says, mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. You see, you become filth, man. You're gonna be stomped on, man. And ultimately, you're gonna get stomped on like that grapevine when the Lord come back as well, man. Right. You wanted to be with Esau and that, drinking that wine, right in that wine field. You're gonna be treaded down just like them, man.
That's right. Isaiah 28 tells us, hey, your covenant with death should be disannounced, man. And you made a covenant with evil Eve.
Right.
That's why you're shining right along with him. All right, while he lives out the rest of the few seconds of his blessing.
Right.
You know, you got Eve on top. You got Eve heading a construction team, man. What the hell?
Every movie has a woman captain, a woman general.
Right.
Like, the fuck? You got Salt, right? Angelina Jolie kicking all these professional CIA trained assassins.
Right.
She just escaping a whole building, kicking every man's ass.
Right.
Come on, man. A false sense of security for you women, bro.
Right. Speaking of Angelina Jolie, man, Tomb Raider had them hoes lose their mind, man.
Right.
They see Tomb Raider, man, and they came up with a game. Man, these women lost their mind.
Oh, we could step it up even a bit more. The movie Woman King.
Right.
Now you think, what the fuck?
Right.
I had a girl come up to me for real, arguing with me drunk.
Right.
Talking about women are running this world, and we're the ones who are going to save this earth.
Right.
And then she said, where the hell you get that from? She said, have you seen the movie Woman King?
Right.
I said, what? Esau got you bugging, bro.
Yeah, that's a joke. And then the Esau being the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan,
right?
He comes in that adverse spirit. You know? Being that he's out of order, that's how we have that. That's why he makes sure that us as a nation, he makes sure that he sows discord.
Right.
He makes sure that he makes that woman go up. At the end of the day, Brother, you got something?
No, got
At
something.
the end of the day, Eve, being the weaker vessel, like it tells us, all right, you were in transgression in the garden, man, causing all this madness, as it tells us here in 1 Timothy. But I wanted to get this real quick in Genesis, brother. You got that?
Genesis 2.
Because I read Genesis going into how, I read Timothy going into how Adam was first created and then Eve. Right? Adam was first formed, then Eve. Grab that Genesis, what's that? Genesis 2. Start at 19. Start at 19 and we'll jump down to 21 to make the point.
Genesis chapter 2, verse 19. And out of the ground, Yahweh BAHASHAM Yahushai formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air, and brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof.
Was that 19?
Yep.
That was verse 19?
Yep.
All right, jump down to verse 21, Babakosha.
And Yahweh BAHASHAM and the Lord Yahweh BAHASHAM Yahushai power caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept, and he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof.
Right. Hey, read that one more time.
Genesis 2 and 21. And Yahweh BAHASHAM Yahushai power caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept and took one of his ribs.
Start to verse 20. Because this is the point I'm trying to get real quick.
Verse 20. And Adam gave names to all cattle.
That's what I want. Yeah, start right there, Babakosha. Salakia.
And to the fowl of the air, and to every beast of the field. But for Adam there was not found an helpmeet for him.
There was not found a helpmeet for him. Eve is built to be a helpmeet for us.
Right, right.
You were built to be under us, as we quoted earlier, pursuing the 1 Corinthians 11, the head of the woman is the man.
Right.
Okay, but here it is, you want to have the same rights as a man, and then you're crying out. And it's on open display, your lack of ability to be able to actually conduct yourself like an alpha.
Or to lead the way, right, to lead the way.
Right?
Right.
Continue on, Malak.
And Yahweh BAHASHAM Yahushai power caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept.
Right.
And he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof.
Right, this is where these wacky tacky Christians go horribly wrong as well. We were talking about it earlier. Now, you got a Christian out of a Roman Catholic church to tell you that the Lord literally took a rib out of Adam.
Right.
You know, and formed Eve out of it.
Right.
Wrong, brother. Hey, that was slang talk. The Lord was talking a slick talk, pretty much, when he was mentioning that. What that rib goes into is that Eve was a close of kin to Adam. Okay? Now, mind you, another point to prove that Eve was already the woman was already created. Brother, jump to Genesis 1 real quick. Salaki,
I want to bring something up real quick.
But Kushat, can you grab that real quick? Matter of fact, go ahead. You got
it. Goes with
yeah, hold that, brother, because I just want to make a point going into how Eve, okay, was already on the scene, because I want to destroy that false doctrine going into how they try to say that Eve came out of Adam's rib, where Eve was already formed, proving that was allegorical speech.
Right.
But Bakusha, can you just read that real quick? And then you grab that. I'm sorry, brother. Just so it's not confusing.
Genesis chapter 1.
It's 17, I believe.
And
Nah.
I think it's about
27? 27.
Verse 27. So Yahweh BAHASHAM Yahushai created man in his own image. In the image of Yahweh BAHASHAM Yahushai created he him. Male and female created he them.
There you go. I just want to make that point, right? Proving that there's no way that Eve was created out of Adam's rib, like the Christians would tell you. You see? The woman was already formed back in Genesis, the 1st chapter. Proving that was allegorical speech. We still want to make a point there in Genesis 2. But the brother got something to go into what we just read prior to that.
There's the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 8. For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Woo! Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man.
Fire.
So going back to, the woman was a helper. The woman was created to help the man.
Fire.
Yeah, it wasn't for her to take charge. You know what I mean? It was for you to sit your ass back and wait till he needed something from you. All right? You know what I mean? When the man, he needs you to cook, he needs you to wash some clothes, he needs you to shut the hell up and watch the kids.
Head the household.
You know what I mean?
Under my order.
Right. That's what you were created for.
Push out babies.
Right. That's it. You people don't want to take that role, but you people are, because you women are just a bunch of witches, rebellious witches that got to be burnt at the stake, man.
Yeah. Facts, bro. That's a beautiful precept, bro. As a matter of fact, bro, Show, you might as well jump down. I think it's verse 17. I think 17 was on my mind with that one, going into how the head of the woman is the man. You might as well get that through the Spirit. That's in the same chapter. The Spirit led us there. That's the Spirit. Or is it up further? Is it 7?
I think the head of the man.
It's
no,
7.
It's 3.
It's 3. It's way up there.
Yeah. So it says in 1 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 3, but I would have you know that the head of every man is a Mashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Hamashiach is Yahawah.
Woo, there you go. Hey, and when you get that, can you get that word head real quick? Malak, you still got that Genesis, right?
Come on.
Yo, hold that real quick, Babak. We're going to go back to that and just establish the point and move on. Because we got an article we want to grab too through the Spirit going into the Lord's judgment. The Lord's deleting everything.
That's right.
The Lord's not playing. And we out here trying to make our call on an election, sure.
That's right, that's right.
You know?
Actually, there's a lot of
it's up to you, Malak. Through the Spirit. I mean, through the Spirit, we can probably hold that. Yes, time.
That one has a lot of meat.
Another hour out.
Yeah, that has a lot of meat.
Yeah, because there's more strongholds we're gonna knock down. Man.
You got
it. As we teach through the Spirit and power of Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, like the elder apostle Tahar said, there's lessons within lessons. Right. So like, you know, as we bring it forth, hey, there's a lot of dark sayings and allegorical speech, you know, that we can shed light on.
Right.
As we make the point through the Spirit.
So the word is kefale, and it means a person's master, lord of a husband in relation to his wife.
Head.
So we're the masters.
Master, Lord.
We're the lords of our wives.
Right. We're your Lord. See? Contrary to popular belief, hey, we're your access to Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. We're your access to the Lord. Believe it or not. You see, why do you think the brother brought out Isaiah 4 that 7 women should cleave unto one man?
That's right, man.
Because they're going to come to their senses, man. There's certain women of the tribes that are going to come to their senses. They're going to be like, you know what? Hey, I'm going to repent and get right. And find me a man of the Lord.
If the Lord has mercy on them.
If the Lord has mercy on them. Puts that spirit on them to do that. Malak, go back to Genesis so we can make this point.
Okay.
Go back with Shah.
Genesis 2 and
what was it? I believe you went in Genesis 2 and 21?
27. 27.
Well, we said at 21 because he grabbed
19. 20.
Remember
20,
that?
That's right, yeah, 20. 20.
verse, I think we read it now, verse 22. And the rib which Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI power had taken from man, made he a woman and brought her unto the man.
Right. Establishing the point. Now read 21 again, Babak Shah.
Come on. And Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI power caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam,
Right.
and he slept. And he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof.
Right, and just to nail the point home on that, because I end up shifting over somewhere else, going into the other point. The rib, that's allegorical speech, slick talk regarding her being a close kin unto him. And to prove that, and we can move on after this, go to Genesis 29, bro. Right? To prove that that is not talking about the Lord literally taking a rib out of Adam and forming Eve, man. She was close to kin to him. She was likened unto, damn, she could have been real close.
Right.
She was close to kin. Right? Because if we're going to prove that, go to, what's that? Genesis 29, like 13. Try 13.
Genesis 29 and 13. And it came to pass when Laban heard the tidings of Jacob, his sister's son.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Laban being Rebekah's brother. This is Jacob. This is Jacob's uncle, Laban. This is when Jacob went on that journey. Go ahead.
That he ran to meet him and embraced him and kissed him and brought him to his house, and he told Laban all these things.
Continue on.
And Laban said to him, surely thou art my bone and my flesh. And he abode with him the space of a month.
See that? You're my bone and my flesh. So it was just slang talk. Like we say that to this day. Like we say, oh, yeah, I'm gonna go to my ribs house.
Right.
Who you think we dealing with, bro? YAHAWASHI is a super J.
Right.
You don't think who did we get that slang talk from? Esau don't say that.
Right.
Esau the heathen don't say none of it. Moab ain't talking about I'm gonna go to my ribs house.
Right.
The niggas you just heard playing that music in that Mercedes, he says that.
Right.
That's how Jake talk. That's Jake still talks like that to this very day, man.
Right.
Yo, I'm gonna call my rib.
Right.
This is what the Lord's going into, man. In Genesis, the 2nd chapter. You see? But the point of the matter is to make the point. Eve, okay? As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go back to that 1 Timothy because I jumped out of it, and then we'll make the point. 1 Timothy, Adam was first formed, and then Eve, right? Therefore, what? Let's continue on here. Babakasha. Just going to show the disorder out of Eve, man. You're the reason why we're through.
The main reason why we're through.
Right? 1 Timothy. Come here. Chapter 1.
She's responsible for hundreds of millions of abortions.
Oh man, that's a whole nother lesson. That'll be a whole lesson.
Right.
Back in 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 14 again, and Adam was not verse 13, for Adam was first formed, then Eve, and Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression, proving that she's the weaker vessel. That's why the serpent went to you.
Void of understanding.
Void of understanding, like it tells us in Job.
Right.
See? And here it is now. You thought you were doing something good for yourself because you went and got yourself a college degree,
right,
and turned your back on your man, right, and wanted to go marry an Edomite,
right,
or a Moabite.
Right.
And now look at you.
And you know what was crazy? That Esau devised that plan as well to get the woman out the house and work so he could tax both parties, both sides.
Right.
With more money in his pocket.
Yep.
You know? Why? Because it's 7-1 with women. The more women work, they're going to make more money off the woman.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's not a coincidence why the women are typically more successful than their man. They're the breadwinner, as they say in the world. You know what I mean? Why? Because this society's built to comfort you, man.
Right.
Your joint is with Esau.
Satan's secretary.
Satan's secretary. Your joint is with him.
Hey, that's beautiful that you brought that out because you made the point.
Yeah,
I want to close it out with this right here.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, hey, like the brother said, you join heirs with them, man. And if you notice, man, how this society is crumbling down, man, you're going to be crumbling down with this house as well, man. You remember when Samson pushed those pillars and that shit fell on top of everybody?
Beautiful.
That's exactly what's going to happen to all you women that are joined on to Esau, man. You're going to crumble and die with him, man. I'm going to bring this out before we close out. There's the book of Isaiah, chapter 13 and 15. Woo. Everyone that is found.
You got to start on verse 1.
God.
So we can let the people know who are you joined to.
Right.
That's going to put you in this situation.
There's the book of Isaiah, chapter 13, verse 1. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah, the son of Amos, did see.
Hey, the burden of Babylon, man. And we know this Babylon's talking about America.
Right.
This is not talking about, you have to always make that point.
Right.
This is not talking about modern day Iraq.
Right.
This is talking about America.
Right.
Mystery Babylon the Great. It tells you that in Revelations 11.
Right.
This place is spiritually Sodom and Egypt.
Babylon was overtaken.
Yeah, right. And it also goes into an Isaiah, obviously you're in there now, where the Lord actually joins them together. Right.
Continuing on in the book of Isaiah, chapter 13, verse 15. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. So, hey, if you wanted to join hands with Esau, Edom, what did it say? Although though hand join in hand with the wicked, no, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished, man.
Right.
And you're gonna be found with them. The Lord's gonna have his crosshairs on you, okay? And your wig is gonna get burned, man.
Yeah.
Your pink, your green, your sexy red wig is gonna get burned with them, man. And we can't wait till the day we see it, man, because you women are rebellious. You guys have become enemy of the state #1. You dealt with your own men without mercy, and those that deal without mercy shall be dealt without mercy.
That's it.
Anybody got anything else to say?
Now you got it.
I want to make a quick point.
Go ahead, brother.
The way it should be is that one man should have 7 women.
Well, hey, but in this society, you know, the women are the ones with 7 men.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And if you ain't got enough to please them, right, in your pocket, or if you ain't a thug, or, you know, with enough status, you ain't good enough for them, right? Because Daddy Esau painted that picture for you. So, you know, we just had to make that point that Eve is going down with this society as this economy collapses, and you seeing it, right? Out of the, how do you say, out of the horse's mouth.
Right, literally out of the horse's mouth.
Come on, man. So, Lord willing, you brothers and sisters will edify, and with that, we're going to give all honor and glory to
Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, and QADASH.
Want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth. And I want to say shalom to the brothers and sisters that are in this truth. Shalom.
Shalom.
DTA.
DTA.
Above.
Above.
Kum Yasharala.
Kum Yasharala.
Shalom.
Shalom.